Sekeres and Price from Wall Center, presentation Applewood Auto Group. And I'm in a much better mood for S versus P today.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, we finally got off the schneid, Blake Price.
No split? It wasn't a tie?
No, it was not a tie. We got a win last week. And, you know, if I do say so myself, a good win. And here's why. Because it is harder to win S versus P when you're taking the more negative slants on a question.
Okay.
And I say that because last week we debated, will missing the playoffs spell the end of the Elias Pettersson era in Vancouver? I took no and I won. 46% on Twitter, 27 to 20.
But that's the positive thing. It means that he's staying with the Canucks. That's positive.
Hold on a second. You argued, yes, Pettersson will leave.
Yes, right.
If they miss
That's not what
Yes.
you said.
the
Okay.
playoffs
Oh,
again.
did
I forgot what I argued.
Right. So I was making the case for Elias Pettersson going out of town,
Right.
leaving town after
I
this
see.
year. And
Yeah.
yet I still got to win. So the way I see it, that's a road win. That's an underdog win.
Negative media strikes again.
So I'm 3-7-3 this year against him. And, of course, S versus P brought to you by LiUNA 1611, BC's Laborers Union. They have contractors looking for their members to hire today. Check out 1611.ca. LiUNA 1611 has your back. Today's question, and I get the positive spin this week. Will Nils Höglander be in the opening night lineup? I will argue yes. Blake will argue no. 2 minutes per argument. Mediator Grady Sass presiding. And of course, everybody in the jury, we're not asking your opinion on this. We're asking you who constructed the better argument. Well, coming off the win.
Yeah, your choice.
Oh, is it?
Dealer's
Is it winners
choice.
out?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was winners
yeah.
out. I'll let you go first.
Oh, thanks so much.
All right, Blake.
Yep.
Your 2 minutes starts now.
I know the COVID season was a weird one, but even still, I expected the Canucks had stumbled upon a player in Nils Höglander. 13 goals and almost 30 points in those 56 games was pretty darn good for a relatively unheralded second-round pick and just 20 years old at the time. And I think Höglander has done some learning since then. His AHL season was far more of what we expected to see from him, both in terms of production and habits, and that's according to those that watched him on a night-to-night basis. Normally, on many teams, this would be the year to see Hoagie cement himself as a full-time NHL player. Unfortunately, circumstances have conspired against him. Despite the absences of the now traded Tanner Pearson and the rehabbing Ilya Mikheyev, there are still too many wingers for the Canucks in the roles that Hoagie needs. In particular, the top 9. In no particular order, Besser Kuzmenko, Garland Beauvillier, Joshua Podkolzin, Amon DiGiuseppe, never mind some of the older role players like Nielsen, Baines, Studnicka, and Dries. Not a lot of room there. And if they need to send one of those guys down in a couple of weeks' time after the season begins, it's unlikely to worry the organization that they lose those guys. But for a drafted prospect that they've invested time and money into, they don't want to risk losing Hoagtown. He doesn't skip waivers anymore. Those days are done. Hoagmeister needs to make this team and on his own merits and then stay there. And he won't grab a spot over the more ready, more pedigreed top 10 pick in Podkolzin. One more injury? We can talk. But he can't be in the press box. He needs to play. And to start the season, Hogarific's going to have to do that in Abbotsford.
So he's going to pass through waivers and not get claimed. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Very good deduction,
He does-
Mediator Sass. And also, what was that nickname you just dropped?
Hogemeister?
Folks, I should get your vote
I dropped about 10.
just on the basis of that last nickname.
I tried out a bunch of different
Yes.
nicknames.
Awful.
Hogetown, Hogsy, Hoagie,
Oh, no. Make it stop.
Hogmeister.
Blake, please
Hogerific.
stop.
The hockey bro in you came out for this one, eh, Blake?
God.
Just trying them on for size.
Like venom in my ears.
All right, Matt. We digress here. Your 2 minutes begins now.
Yeah, he's going to make the opening night lineup. We don't know Mikheyev's availability yet, not just with this family matter that has taken him from camp, but also his rehab on that knee. So maybe he needs more time. That opens up a spot. Tanner Pearson no longer here, less competition. But the big thing, and Blake touched on it, Höglander is no longer waiver exempt. The Canucks cannot send him down without losing him on waivers, and that puts him at least on the roster, and that puts him very, very close to the lineup, given they'll only carry one extra forward, maybe two. And, of course, we still have camp and 6 preseason games left. There could well be an injury which cements Höglander in the opening night lineup. As it stands now, we know Besser, Beauvillier, Kuzmenko, Garland, Joshua, Di Giuseppe are going to make the team. That leaves 2 more winger spots if Mikheyev is hurt. Höglander has the edge on Podkolzin because Vasily can be sent down. He doesn't need to clear waivers. He also started camp, Höglander did, on a line with Pettersson and Kuzmenko. That's better real estate than where Podkolzin started. So are they really going to put Nils Oman or Sheldon Dries in the opening night lineup out of position on the wing? Don't think so. Oman himself is able to go down without waivers. And I'll counter Blake and say that Höglander could, in fact, feature on the 4th line if that's where he needs to be. Better that than on waivers. I'm just not buying Jack Stanika or any of the young stars leapfrogging Höglander the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, Höglander is in the opening night lineup. The only question is where.
Can I ask you a question? No comment, just a question.
Well, I mean, it's not procedural, but go ahead.
What's the saying about when the absolute best time is to get a player through waivers? Be honest.
Well, I mean, I think you'd get different opinions on that.
Oh, would you? Oh, okay.
Some might say before the opening night lineup, but
I'm only allowing this because you both left around 15, 20 seconds
Okay.
on the board here.
Thank you,
Well, he
mediator.
asked me a question too, so
Yeah. Fair sides.
There you have it, everybody. We encourage you to vote. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Good luck.
And vote below.
I just said that.
Oh, well.
He's doing a lot of parroting.
Vote again.
They can only vote once, Grady.
You can
Them's the rules.
unthumbs it. Maybe change your opinion. Vote for Blake. Change it again. Go back to Matt.
See, this
it's
is-
okay to change your opinion, people.
This is why he's a mediator and hasn't yet been promoted to judge.
One day.
This clip brought to you by LiUNA 1611, BC Laborers Union. Check out 1611.ca.